morning, and I finished my journal. You will probably have seen, should be up by now, my how to start a journal, how I start my journal video, and I filmed it last year when I had long red hair, and this was the journal. Here we go, everything that's awesome list, pages and pages of everything that makes me happy and is awesome and makes me feel good in the world. That's how I start every journal. And so I've come to the end of this one, and it was really weird because usually I get to the end of a journal and I'm like, I don't want this to be the end of my journal. I can't deal with this being the end of my journal, because so much good stuff's been in it, because I was just so grief ridden that weekend, the Sunday, and then the Monday, I think it was was it the Saturday or the Sunday? I can't remember. Anyway, the weekend and the day after I'd had that grief spiral, I just felt really numb, and so I just wrote about being numb, and then that's how I've ended that journal, which, yeah. But I have my next journal lined up to start and take all the sticky labels off and everything. I'm just gonna grab some journals actually. I've got a hot water bottle too because I'm cold and I'm in my office. Not what I was planning to do for this chatty video, but okay. So I'm very lucky. My family all know I journal and are all really sweet and buy me journals and notebooks and things. So a couple of Christmases or birthdays ago, I can't remember what it was, but my husband has 3 brothers, so I've got 3 brother-in-laws, and they've all got partners. So brother-in-law number 1 got me, and his fiance got me, a Paperchase voucher a couple of years ago now. I think it was 2019 they might have done it, or was it 2020? Might have been 2020, 2019, 2020, I'm not sure. I think it was 2020 actually, because of COVID, so you could only use it online, you couldn't use it in store. And I did a big notebook order, and I got these 2 Agenza notebooks, and in like the medium size, and then it's in a different place. And then I got 2 of the larger notebooks as well, which I use for business planning and business stuff. Like, you know, when you do a course or something like that and you need to take notes and stuff. But I have an entire box from pretty much the time that I've been with my husband. Of all the notebooks that I've kept, I think, since I've been with him. I don't think I have anything earlier than I've been with my husband, because they weren't all that interesting when I look back on them, so I got rid of a lot of them. And I roughly go through a notebook, through a journal, every 6 months. I'm not an everyday journaler. I will do it every other day, and there will be big gaps when I'm sick and when I'm struggling and I just can't get words down. So there'll be big gaps where I think there's a big gap in here where I haven't journaled for the entirety of February. I think I only did a few things in February. Yeah. I wrote on the 1st, the 16th, the 23rd, which ended up being like 6 pages or something. Yeah, So I journaled 3 times in February, so because I wasn't very well. So there are like obviously big gaps and things. But it's taken a really long time for me to figure out what kind of journals that I like to write in and write on. I love lined paper. Lined paper is a must. Because I have quite small handwriting as well, so I do prefer Moleskines, kind of like, because they have smaller lines. But I have used bigger notebooks with, no, that's still kind of small lines. Moleskines are my preferred ones. And I have, these, these are my preciouses. I'll probably do a whole video about my journals another time, properly, but these are my preciouses. These are the journals. These are the journals that I wrote in when I lost my dad, when I was going through that year of grief and of everything. So yeah, so I have journaled in different sizes. I've had pocket journals. I went through a whole thing of pocket journals, and I can't remember what these are called. Paper blanks. I used to use paper blanks a lot, but I got rid of lots of them because I didn't really, well, like I said, I didn't enjoy what was written in them, but I'm not a hardback person, and it took me a really long time to realise that I'm not a hardback person, because hardbacks were a real thing when I was growing up. An old paper chase journal. And then for some reason I've torn out pages out of some journals that I think are some things I want to keep. And then I had a gratitude journal. I don't know what year this was. 2008. Still after I met my husband, like I said. So I've got tons of different kinds of journals. I've got really thick hardback ones. And I think I've got some more still on my shelves. But yeah, it's taken me a really long time to realise that soft journals are my favourite journals, and they're much easier for me to write in. Oh, there's another one. I keep them in a box because we have moved a lot, and it's just been easier for them to be in a box for every time we've moved, but also because a lot of these journals are full of self-loathing and confusion and hate for myself and for my circumstances that I found myself in. And I don't really want other people to be able to easily read them, so they're in a box. So yes, my last lot of journals, this lot, which hopefully I will finish this new one in October, were a gift from my brother-in-law number 1 and his fiance. And then this Christmas, my brother number 2 and his fiance got me these Moleskine journals, which are my ideal ones, which I love. They are thin lined pages and they're soft bound, soft cover ones, and I love red. It's my second favourite colour. So I was very happy to get these for Christmas because, like I said, I knew I would be running out. This is probably going to be finished by October. So I'm going to spend my mornings starting my new journal and sharing that a bit. And then, so I am going to set up my journal and got my pen, my old journal, and I'm going to use my Universe Has Your Back cards to help me start my day. So yeah. complicated to set up because I was really struggling on my everything was awesome list because I'm tired and everything doesn't feel awesome. But if you give yourself time and space, you can find something that is awesome. And I found quite a few things. I did 2 pages front and back, and I'm leaving myself another page if I want to come back to it, but I don't know if you can see that. Basically my pen's dead. There's barely any ink in it. Thankfully I have another one, so I'm happy. So I used my Universe Has Your Back cards, and I picked this one, which through prayer and meditation I create a ripple effect of peace in the world, which I think is quite nice because I do like to meditate. I do not pray, and I don't really put any thoughts out into the universe like I used to. But it's still a really nice reminder that your thoughts can have a ripple effect into the world. So that's my card. So I'm gonna have a little journal about that, and also I'm going to have a journal about that and then journal what my plan for the day is as well, because I don't have a plan, and if you don't have a plan, it's not very good. That ended up taking a little bit longer than I anticipated because I started doing my usual journal prompts, and then I was like, there's this thing of where I am to where I want to be, and so I had to try and figure out how to make that happen. But I need to come back to that later on, hopefully today, to make a list of all those things that I can try to help me to get to where I am to where I want to be. But it's also given me an idea for another video, so that's quite exciting, and I'm quite happy with that. I've done my plan of action. I thought to start with it wasn't going to be very long, so I started doing it on my to-do list pad, but actually basically I started saying what did I want to make happen, and then I wrote down what I wanted to make happen. Then I was like, what do I need to do to make this happen, which broke it down into the tasks that I could do, which seemed really simple to start with. But then my brain was like, what else do you want to make happen? And then I had to break all those things down, and some of them are just like really short little sentences. It's just like literally a page, but then I'm like, I need to work my way through it in the way that I've written it down, and not the way that my brain's like, oh, we could do this one. It's like, yeah, but this isn't as high on the list as it is. So that's what I need to get done now. So I'm going to spend a couple of hours at my laptop getting shit done and being productive. I'm going to get another hot water bottle and a cup of tea because that's the best way to start. Fingers crossed. Doing that one thing that my husband's just sent me a message. Nom nom food tonight. I'm cooking chicken avocado burgers, and it's his favourite thing at the moment. I'm doing the one thing that I said to myself that I would stop doing, that I wouldn't do, I'd be better about, and that is having lunch at my desk. So as I was saying, I've done that thing that I said I was never going to do, or I'd stop doing, which is working through my lunch and taking a break. But because I spent so much time journaling this morning that I feel like I've gotten behind, and yeah, I don't feel bad about it. I'm okay with it, and I think that's one of the things. I'm not doing it because I have to, I'm doing it because I want to. So that's my justification to myself about it. I've got my emails open, which I hate to do. I hate emails, but I'm waiting for an important email that I need. so I'm hoping to get a reply soon, but I've had an automated reply that says 3 p.m. Central, and I do not know what 3 p.m. Central is, because I thought they were in the UK, and generally when you say 3 p.m. Central, that generally means America. So I'm just gonna have to yeah, if it's 3 p.m. Central, that's 9 o'clock UK time. That is not helpful. But damn it. Anyway, so early on when I was showing my journal and talking about it, I told you that I also had some bigger sized notebooks that I use for business stuff. So I thought I would show you those, which are here. So this is the size of my journal, and this is the size of my business notebook. So it's quite a bit bigger. And I have, again, I generally use Moleskines because, well, it's two reasons really. I obviously like the paper and the lines and the thin lines for the ruled ones, but also I generally get them in TK Maxx, or I used to before we moved to Manchester, and you get them for quite a bit cheaper in TK Maxx than you would in Waterstones, and occasionally on Amazon you can get them if you're not colour particular and stuff like that, especially if you like soft ones like I do. So I started with this one. It's very battered and loved, and pages were falling out, and I just found it a really easy thing to do. Yeah, I filled the first one, I got a second one, I filled that as well, that's very much loved. And then there weren't any Moleskines, and so I tried this. It's from Fringe, it's TK Maxx, it was $3.99 compared to, I think these were about $6 or $7 from TK Maxx. So I tried this, but I didn't really love it as much as the Moleskines, so I've used maybe about half of this, but I still, you know, got stuff in there that I want to reference and stuff. And then, as I said, my brother-in-law one and his fiance gave me the paper chase voucher, and I got a couple from there, but I'd already got this one. I was already using this one at the time, which is a Genzo. I don't think it's going to pick it up, by Paper Chase, and that was our logo for our wedding that my husband designed, which I thought was really cute. And yeah, it was about the same price, I think, as a Moleskine, this one. So I was going to go back to a Moleskine after this, but then I got, as I said, I got the gift card, and so this started last year and is going into this year. So I'm currently yellow for yellow and a yellow jumper, which I didn't plan on, but yes. And then when this is finished, hopefully that'll be this year, if not next year, then I have a minty sea green sea foam kind of colour. Yeah, it's actually called sea foam, from Agenza as well. It's got the sticker on the back, so it's so faded. Oh yeah, so these larger ones were £14 full price. Not that I've ever seen them not full price in Paper Chase. They're not really a company that puts their own brand stuff on sale unless it's like end of season kind of stuff, and notebooks are never really end of season. I just realised that I had a price point for the other one. This is the medium size one from earlier, and even though I took the sticker off the back, these are £12 normally. And the yellow is called Mustard. So yeah, that kind of is a bit of a price thing. If that's normally 14 and that's 12, but I prefer I really wanted to prefer these. Originally I wanted to have these as journals, but they're just too big and I can't journal in my lap comfortably. I don't often journal at my desk. I'm more on the sofa kind of person, although I will journal anywhere. So yeah, that's what I use these for. And so that's I've got some other business notebooks as well, but they're 2 pocket size ones and 2 medium moleskin ones. But yeah, they're my businessy ones from, when did this one start? 2019. 2019 I started and been doing these. Obviously these are not full. I think roughly it's about a year in one. I don't often put dates and stuff. I started that one in February and I finished it in, nope. Yeah, it's about 6 months generally. In one of these as well it can be, or it couldn't be a year. I think that one was a year, that one was 6 months, and I'm not sure about that one. And that was only, I think I was only in this one for a few months because I'm only a quarter way through that one. So yeah, I like to do coursework and things like that. I say coursework, it makes me feel like I'm back at 6th form. I needed that to reference something in it anyway, so I thought I would just show you those. So I'm gonna go make another cup of tea because there is not enough tea in the world for my little tired brain, because I don't do caffeine either. So I am getting on with my day. My issue is that this thing is gonna hold me back, hold me up, waiting for this email, if you're kind of confused at how quickly my brain jumps from thing to thing, because that's what my husband's like a lot of the time. So I'm just trying to figure out how I can deal with it. I don't know. I am definitely ready to call it quits. My knee has gone stiff, I am slightly cold, and I'm a little bit irritated with myself. I went downstairs to, actually, I ended up procrastinating, which I don't know if you know is a thing, but basically I just went and procrastinated. I did procrastination work, which is work that doesn't really get you to where you want to be with the goal that you want to achieve, but it's still doing work, so you still feel like you've done something, but it's not necessarily a productive something that you've done. So that was a bit of a pain. So I then went and had a salted hot cross bun and then came back upstairs and had a bit of a journaling session again to help settle myself and move forward again.